I'm Brooks,
I'm Joe.
and this is another episode of Cantina Reviews.
Wow.
Whoa!
Today we're talking about Star Wars Bloodline by Claudia Gray.
Yes.
So we did our review of Aftermath and Lost Stars.
Yes. The train wreck and then a good book.
Yeah. So we really shit on Aftermath because it wasn't.
Because it was shit.
It wasn't good. Lost Stars was amazing.
Yes. So, we figured why not pick up another Claudia Gray book. Star Wars Bloodline. Kind of filling in, yet again, another blank between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yeah, this is what was it? In the years before The Force Awakens.
In the years
I think it's like 5 or 6.
Between Return of the Jedi? And...
No, before Force Awakens.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be, because, the... Spoiler alert!
Yeah, there's spoilers in this, whatever.
So basically, it's like kind of it's following Leia, and it's kind of it's going to like the political climate at this stage in the galaxy. They're still kind of trying to figure out what type of government they're going to have now that the Empire's gone.
It's like so it's like the government has been established for a while. But there's like different political parties forming, or have formed at this point.
Yeah, there's the centrist and the populist.
Yeah, and they just have. I mean, it's pretty relatable to nowadays.
Yeah,
but it's just two parties with very different ideas of how things should be run. So you got the centrists who kind of like the idea of the Empire without the badness.
Yeah, they like the idea of one central party or one central person,
one single figure to be able to make strong decisions and just bring everything together, while you have the populists who are more into planets' rights, like states' rights kind of thing,
Yeah, like a very, the planet is still going to run itself, but then there's kind of an overarching political system for the galaxy itself.
If anything, what I found when reading this was like, the prequels wanted to get all political, but it did it in a boring way.
Yeah.
This does it in an interesting way, because you just have...
And it's a book.
And it's a book, yeah. And you have Leia, who is more populist, and then she has this guy, Castrofo, whatever.
Ransalam.
Yeah, Ransalam. Well, I don't know. He's more centrist, and he's like very into like the relics of the old Empire. And,
yeah, like he's a real like a war buff. Like he collects Imperial artifacts.
Right. They argue a lot and they bump heads a lot. Because they have to work together throughout the book, but like they bump heads because of just these fundamental beliefs in a type of government. And she has all this obviously terrible experience with the Empire.
Right.
They destroyed her home planet, so she's like not about that. She finds it really disrespectful that he would have like stormtrooper helmets in his office.
Like not like worshiping it, but like showing pride in it.
Yeah. So so there's like multiple kind of plots going on. We won't get too in depth into it.
I like it. Kind of the overarching plot point is there's some kind of funding going to like a terrorist-ish group. And then they're just trying to track the money, see who's running what, what's going on with it, where's the money coming from, who's it actually going to.
And what's interesting is like these kind of attacks are occurring, and each political party is using it as a way to assert their ideas and blame the other party for it. So I think it's really relatable to politics today. Which
it was actually like a very... it was a good way to kind of show like a Civil War-ish type of thing without being super political. It was like, it's obviously a very tense political climate at this stage in the galaxy, because this is right before the First Order kind of becomes the First Order.
Right.
And that's really what the way it ends, as you kind of see it. You see Leia starting the resistance, and one of the other senators talking about the First Order being a real thing.
And it's interesting because you get to see how Leia goes from government to a general in the resistance. Because what happens is the idea comes to fruition that there's going to be like a first senator. And this senator's going to have a lot of say, a lot of political power.
Yeah, she's going to have a lot of pull to be able to get things done.
And the issue Leia has with this, and like populists have with this, is like this is like a chancellor. And the last time we had one of those, we ended up with an emperor.
Right.
And just like a lot of these people are into the idea of a strong centralized government. So Leia eventually agrees to be the first senator, because like her party's really pushing her for it. And she's like, I guess if it has to be done.
Yeah. She didn't really want it. She's actually looking to get out of politics and kind of just go her own way with Han.
Yeah, she's more like, if it has to be done, I could do it and make sure it doesn't get out of control.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the big themes of the book is that in the course of this, it comes out that her father was Darth Vader.
Hence Bloodline. Or the title.
So yeah, and that's like a huge political scandal.
Yeah, it's like I guess no one really knew, which I didn't really think about. I figured, it was just kind of a known thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it turns out they really kept it on the down low.
Yeah.
The only people that knew were Leia, Han, and Luke.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, talk about like just little tidbits of trying to kind of show you some stuff going on in the background at this time. So really only a couple years before The Force Awakens, Luke is still training Ben Solo.
Yeah, because she sends hollows to him and everything that, training.
So also when this is revealed to everyone, this is also revealed to Ben, which we don't get to see. Maybe we'll see that in episode 8 or something. Mm-hmm. But it turns out they've kept it secret from their son this whole time too. Right. So that could have a big influence. Yeah, that was kind of a
larger point that they made, was that he didn't even find out from his own parents that he was related to Darth Vader. So yeah, that could also factor into that as well.
It's quite possible that this is a big influence on why he ends up becoming Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm. And then you see the beginnings of the First Order. They kind of thought they were just like a low-level terrorist organization, and then they dig a little bit deeper, and they have all these stockpiled starfighters and thermal detonators and all these people that are trained fighters, So yeah, it kind of shows you the rise of the First Order army.
A little.
I
think supposedly Aftermath Life that gets into that more.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what's cool about this, so you get some little tidbits about the new trilogy, here and there, little things. But then you also get a really great story by Claudia Gray. Mm-hmm. I think they got to get her to write a Star Wars story, one of these movies.
Yeah, they really should, or at least kind of the character development. Because once again, even the newer characters in this, Sea Striker and Greer, they're really new characters, but you're kind of invested in these characters, and not just to help the story move along. You're actually seeing them become parts of the first or parts of the Resistance, which I think will be interesting. Because, they usually do stuff with the comics or the books, and they throw it in the movie, and if you read the comics or the books, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, Wexley, Tenon Wexley, he's from the books, but he's in the movie, you know what I mean? Yeah. And Sea Striker's in this, so he's probably going to be in, episode 8, maybe, you know what I mean?
And, yeah, it's cool, as far as the character stuff goes, it's starting to show the strain between her and Han. Right. We find out more. I kind of got the impression in Force Awakens, because it's not really explained, that they broke up a long time ago. Yeah. But that's not the case.
No, it's recent.
They're still trying to hold it together, but the problem is she's stuck, here doing the politics thing, but Han Solo's out being Han Solo. Yeah. So it's they're trying to make it work, but it's definitely strained, and I would guess Ben turning to the dark side is what really
it kind of does it over. Yeah. But even then, you see Han in the book, he comes back when she needs him. There's still some.
He comes in to save the day, so that's fun.
Yeah. But I think the most interesting part of this book, other than the fact that it is establishing a part of the universe, I think it's just cool to get some things explained as far as a timeline. Yeah. Because like we've been saying, in this book, it's only a few years, not really sure on that, but it's
pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the Force Awakens movie. Yeah. Han and Leia are still together, and Ben is still with Luke. Yeah. I thought those things happened. That's a game changer. Yeah, because I thought they broke up years before. Yeah. And I thought Ben turned years before. No. Come to find out, this has got to be a couple or a few years before Force Awakens.
It's all pretty recent, so I feel like this knocks out a lot of theories, and this changes a lot of things up.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's another thing. Explain it.
Luke's exile, pretty recent. He disappeared not that long ago.
No, and I think that is why I like this book a lot, is because it does show you that a timeline that you're kind of left guessing about is relatively more established. Everything happens in Force Awakens in this book a couple years beforehand. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty interesting to think about. Yeah. Is that it establishes that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another great book by Claudia Gray. I hope she keeps writing for Star Wars. I hope they get her on a movie or something like that. She definitely deserves to be.
Show her talent.
Because between this and Lost Stars, I think she knocked it out of the park both times.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll definitely be looking on the horizon for more of her books.
Yeah. You can check out more of our reviews for movies, books, comics, some discussions and product reviews, all that kind of good stuff on our channel. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, so give it a look. I'm Brooks.
I'm Joe.
This has been another episode of Cantina Reviews. Oh yeah, that'll be a good end one.
We should just keep moving it periodically.
Yeah.
So that when we do the jump cuts, it's somewhere else.